All right, welcome into the Midwest Days of Thunder Cup Series at Bristol as we get set here for round number 2 of the playoffs. And we've got quite a bit going on here tonight. As you can see there, Colin Forster on the top of the board with a 1449. Then you got Lance Hill sitting second. Lance Hill having a good run here, a good starting run rather, with a 14519 here on his practice effort. And now we bring in Bryce Douglas. Bryce in the booth to help us out tonight. Bryce, you there, buddy?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. There we go. So we got just a few minutes left in practice. You got Colin Forster sitting top of the board, Lance Hill second, Brian Cozart. Brian Cozart won the last 2 races, so he's going to be somebody we're going to want to watch out for here tonight. Coming in, winning the last 2. He's trying to make it difficult for these other guys to lock themselves into the playoffs here. And then we got drivers like Austin Bloom, Taver Mallory, Joe Neidick, John Neidick. Those guys really trying to cement it to where they can get into the into the final 4 there. So we have 14 drivers remaining. John Neidick, Joe Neidick, Colin Forster, Michael Pimper, Adam Alshire, Brian Cozad, Pete Vance Brundle, Doug Erickson, Lance Hill, Taylor Mallory, Corey Wakefield, Austin Bloom, AJ Green, and Christopher Buds are the 14 drivers still in it to win the championship here. There's Travis Eccles and Phil Stannard had a rough go at it last week. They're going to try to play spoiler here, make it hard for these guys to lock in as well with Brian Cozad. So, as we finish practice here, we have about 2 minutes left. You know a little bit more about racing around Bristol. I haven't raced at Bristol in a very long time. So, I'll let you...
All right.
Let you go through some of the things about Bristol here. We have about a minute left before qualifying here. Bryce, which line would you prefer to run here for qualifying?
I'd say the top line would be. I've seen like cars go a little bit faster on the top line, sometimes bottom.
Well, the last time by, Lance Hill ran a 15.866. We're going to go check in with Colin Forster, COL. Forster is in pit road. Go look, see where Adam Alshire is running. He's running about middle of the track to the high side through the center of the turn. So, for me, I'd rather run that bottom side.
Yeah, and there's some drivers that are like a little loose at the top, but not everyone.
Yeah, so that'll bring to an end our practice session here, and we're going to get into qualifying here. So we'll have a couple laps of qualifying between the drivers. We'll see Adam Alshire looks like he's going to be Colin Forster beat him out. So we'll see what these drivers have on each of their 2 laps. As it looks like, so Forster on his warm-up lap, he started high in 3 and 4 and drove it down to the bottom there.
Here's Adam in the 11.
Forster first quick with a 14.647. Check in with Adam Alshire in the 11. See what he can do here on lap number 2. As he ran a 15.660. He jumps up to second quick with a 14.755. AJ Green, he's been fast the last several races. And we'll see what he can pick up here on lap number... Well, he just completed his second lap. As AJ Green jumps up to third with a 14.726. Lance Hill out there qualifying now. He's starting his second lap with a 14.696 on that first one. We'll see what he can do. He gets way loose off of 4 there. He picks up some time on it, though. A 14.680. It's Jason Ricketts out there now, finishing up his second lap. Ricketts ran a 15.04 on first lap. Second lap, 14.993. Christopher Buds in the 13 car out for his qualifying effort. First lap was a 15.13. His second lap...
Position 9th right now.
Yeah, his second lap was slower, so he'll keep that first lap. As it looks like Joe Neidick is out there. Qualified. John Neidick, he qualified 11th with a 15.896. Bob Johnson clocks in with a 15.626. That put him 11th quick. Joe Neidick on lap number 1. He runs a 15.074. So he's going to have to pick up about a half a second to be in contention for the pole there. Don't know if you can do that, especially at Bristol, as he loses time on that second lap. Michael Pimper did not complete a lap there. Doug Erickson working on lap number 2.
So he's kind of running the top and the bottom. Oh, now he's sliding around.
Yeah, well, Doug Erickson, he clocked it in with a 15.14. Phil Stannard, he was at the bottom of the practice charts. He clocked in with a 14.955 in his qualifying effort. Now you got Brian Kozad coming out for his qualifying effort, and I think he should be one of the last, if not the last, qualifiers. So he starts lap number 1. He completes lap number 1. He jumps to 7th quick with a 14.959. We'll see if he can't pick up some time here on lap number 2. So lap number 2 for Brian Kozad was slower with a 15.065. So it looks like we have one driver who has not qualified, and I'm trying to figure out who that is. Taver Mowry, he qualified. John Neidick. Travis Eccles qualified. Bob Johnson, he qualified. Pete Van Sprundle qualified. Brian Kozad. Unless there's a driver that I am not seeing that shouldn't be qualifying.
I think I saw all of them qualifying. As far as I know, I was going through the list here.
It was Michael Pimper. Michael Pimper is the one who was not showing up on my standings page. And I believe that's because he tagged a wall on both laps. So we'll go through the starting grid. On your front row is going to be Colin Forrester, Lance Hill. Forrester has looked very strong several weeks in a row. Lance Hill coming on strong here as of late. Then you're going to have AJ Green and Adam Alshire in that second row. Then you'll have Austin Bloom and the 4, Phil Stanart. Then you'll have the 87 of Brian Kozad and Taver Mowry. They'll be in that 4th row. Then you'll have Jason Ricketts and Pete Van Sprundle in that 5th row. Joe Neidick in the 24, Christopher Buds in that 6th row. Bob Johnson, Doug Erickson in the 7th row. Travis Eccles and John Neidick in your 8th row. Del Duke and Michael Pimper in that last and final row. So that is row number 9 back there. 18 cars, 115 laps to distance here tonight. So as we get ready to start our race here tonight, who locks themselves into the final 4
So
here?
pace car is in. Green flag is out, race is underway, and they dive down into turn 1, and number 9 goes to the bottom and is in the lead. Number 6 on the top.
Yeah, Lance Hill, he got a great initial start. He kind of fell back there, and now he's able to hold off
Yellow
the 07.
flag. See what the yellow is for here.
It was for the 1 of Jason Ricketts and the 4 of Phil Stanart. Did not see Phil back there. As it looks like Phil spun out, and that is the 4 of Phil Stanart. So we'll go and see what happened with him. So it looks like Pete Van Sprundle and Stanart got together and collected the 1 of Jason Ricketts. So there's 3 cars involved very early. And I know at least one of those guys is in playoff contention here. So looking, let's try to get a word with Colin Forster here. All right, we got Colin Forster here, and Colin, you looked strong in practice. You looked strong in qualifying, and granted, we only got about a lap in before there was a caution. But on that start, the initial start there, you looked very good going into turn one using that bottom line.
Yeah, I'm just trying to take it easy because I know it's easy to spin the tires on the restart, so I'm just kind of like barely hitting the gas, just trying not to spin it.
Now, you think you got something to go after this win here to lock yourself into the final four, or are you just trying to be patient for 110 laps?
I think I've definitely got the best car, so I'm gonna try and get the win. But if I can't, I'm gonna try and get second at least.
Yeah, and looking at the points after the last race, you're sitting third in points with a win here locks you in. Otherwise, you're gonna have to points battle your way through the field, and sitting third in points is a pretty good spot to sit here very early on in this chase.
Yeah, third is good enough right now, but obviously we just want to get the win to get locked in.
All right, well, Colin, thanks for your time, buddy, and good luck, and hopefully we talk to you at the end of this thing.
All right, thank you.
All right, so Colin will start first.
Yeah, Colin will restart first. He does have the fastest lap in the race so far. Granted, we only got about a lap in before there was a caution. So I suspect we won't see these guys running those 14-second lap times as the pace car pulls off.
Green flag is out. Race is back underway. And it looks like in turn one will be Colin goes into the lead.
Yeah, the real battle is back there for the third spot between the 11 and the 07. That is Adam Alshire and AJ Green. Alshire takes that third spot away here very early on. We're only on lap number 9 of 115. But what you're seeing up front is you're seeing those top two, Colin Forster and Lance Hill, start to break away just a little bit. They've got about a 4/10 of a second gap back to third place to Adam Alshire.
Right, and behind him is the 3, who's also coming up, or at least attempting to come up. He's kind of in the back. He's trying to get up there.
Yeah, Austin Bloom doing a great job to really work to get up into the top 5 here. I mean, he started 5th, but he's working to get further up into the top 5. Right now, the big mover, though, is going to be a tie between the 33 of John Neidick and, well, I take that back. Michael Pimper just picked up another spot. And now he's going to chase down that 33 of John Neidick. And we got an issue back there with the 72 of Travis Eccles. Everybody's going to be able to keep going there.
Yeah, he's like off the pace, it seems like.
Well, yeah, and in that last, in turn 3 and 4 there, I believe it was, he bounced off the wall and got into Phil Stanhart. So, And then you see the 80 of Pete Van Sprundle 7 laps down, coming back out on the track. But right now, the big story is these top 3 drivers are really breaking away from 4th and 5th, as Adam Alshire has about a half a second lead over the 4th place AJ Green.
Yeah, and Austin Bloom is catching up in the back there in 5th, hopefully trying to get 4th spot at some point here.
Yeah, look a little bit further back, as it looks like Michael Pimper has gotten around the 33 of John Nidek, and yes, he has. So moved Pimper up into the 11th spot. He's moved up 7 spots from where he started. So that 15 looking very strong here early on. Now, here's the big thing, Bryce, that these guys that are moving a lot here at the early stages is how bad is their car going to fall off after we've ran 40 and 50 laps?
Right, that's a good point.
Because we should be able to make this without a pit stop. If I'm thinking correctly, I think a full tank of fuel, well, we might have to make one pit stop right around lap 80. But you might see some guys really try to push it, as now the top 2 are really breaking away. They're starting to come through traffic now, starting to lap the back of the field. They got the 76 of Bob Johnson right in front of them, and the 18 of Del Duke, and Johnson comes down on the race.
Collision back there too.
Yeah, that'll give Lance Hill the race lead. Hill going to the outside of Johnson. He's trying to work his way through this lap traffic. And this could... we saw it there with the 9 of Colin Forster. He's had the fastest car here all day. So, lap traffic really plays a huge factor into where you're going to end up, because we saw that he was leading the race, had a little bit of contact with the 76 of Johnson, and so now he's pushing second behind Lance Hill.
All right, and the 11 back there looked like he got into someone. I think that was the 11, or was it someone else?
Looks like
Maybe
might
it
have been
the 11. Maybe it was someone else. Maybe I got confused.
Well, the 07 looks like he's got some minor damage there. Yeah, well, the 11 looks like he's got some minor damage as well. We go back to our race leader as he's working through traffic. He's already worked his way up to that 13th position, the 13th placed car, the 1 of Jason Ricketts right in front of him, getting ready to be put a lap down here on lap number 30.
And he's catching up to him. Won't be that much longer till he's around him. Second place car in the back is going around another car, looks like.
Yeah, well, you got Colin Forster still trying to get around that 76 of Bob Johnson, while the 6 of Lance Hill is pulling away. That gap between first and second is about 1.1 seconds now, as we're working lap 33 here already. And the last time by, AJ Green had the fastest lap on track. We're running high 15s, mid 15s to high, so 15.5 and up. Lance Hill just ran a 15.4 that time. And everybody behind him is going to be slower as they're working through lap traffic. And the 9 of Colin Forster having trouble getting around that 76 of Bob Johnson.
So Lance Hill still going around lap traffic. Made it past 2 cars now.
Yeah, she's worked around Travis Eccles. So the last car on the lead lap is the 11th place car. The 15 on Michael Pipper. As we go and we look out the back here. If I can find it, there we go. You can see he's got about a straightaway lead over Lance Hill. So whenever Hill is exiting turn number 4, Pimper is going into 1. As Pimper is working to get around the 13. I believe that is the 13 of Christopher Buds. Yes, it is. Buds in front of Pimper. That is the 10th place position. Right. And now that's
and
really...
the third place car is also getting around lap traffic as well.
Well, see, and we just talked about the 15 having a straightaway lead over the race leader and being caught up behind that 13 of Chris Buds and the 22 of Taver Mowry has slowed him up to where the leader has now lapped him. But look behind the leader. The number 9 of Colin Forrester is back up there.
Yeah, he's catching back up to the number 6. Actually might catch him a little bit quicker just because of the lap traffic there.
Yeah, especially with Mowry and Buds being side by side. You see the 33 of John Neidick. He pulls down to the pit road. The 6 makes...
Number 6 guts into someone.
Yeah, the 6 got into the 22 of Taver Mowry. So that's really going to open the door for that 9 car. But we have a caution.
Caution flag. Looks like a few cars will go down pit road.
Well, and the issue looked like it was between the 1 of Jason Ricketts and the 72 of Travis Eccles, as Ricketts was slow on the high side, and Eccles really caught him slow on the exit of the corner there. So looking at who took pit stops, it's going to be Austin Bloom and Joe Neidick took pit stops here early on. And
oh, there's a collision coming off of pit road. Hit the pit road wall.
yeah, and that was
I believe that was Brian.
Yeah, the 87 of Brian Kozad. Looked like he got there in that lower side that really got him loose. And so now we look. Let's see here. We'll try to get Lance Hill in here to talk with us real quick. All right, we got Lance Hill, our race leader, in here, and Lance, a little bit of luck there on your side as Colin got tangled in with a couple of lap cars there, and you were able to sneak around him and lead a handful of laps there.
Yeah, lap cars are going to be a big issue in this race. As you've seen there, I got caught up a little bit there myself, but right before that caution came out. But it's just going to be trying to, work your way through them. If you get through them good, you should be all right.
So, if I'm hearing you correctly, the key to the race is going to be staying patient.
Pretty much. Yeah, it's just going to be different. Have to figure out, how to work through them. I'm not a huge short track racer. I've never done it really before in my life. So lap traffic is kind of new to me in this kind of way, but we'll figure it out.
All right. Well, good luck, and hopefully we're talking to you after the race here.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Pace car off, and we're getting ready to go back racing here.
Okay, green flag is back out. Austin Bloom on the outside. AJ Green on the inside, and it looks like AJ Green will take over the first position.
Yeah, and with us being right around halfway now, closing in on halfway, we are on our third different leader of the race. We've had Colin Forrester and the 6 of Lance Hill. It looks like Lance...
Caution is out again.
Yeah. So it looks like Lance Hill had an issue. He fell quite a few spots there. Watching the replay, and the 1 of Ricketts gets loose, and the 6 bounces off the inside wall and collects that 33, and it looks like the 72 got a piece of it as well.
So it looks like Ricketts is now in 15th position.
Yeah, see, and Ricketts was a lap down, and now Lance Hill, who was up there leading the race, has fallen back to the 12th spot, a lap down. So we'll go and check in with him and see how much damage he got. It doesn't look like he got very much at all.
So in the lead will be AJ Green. Second, Austin Bloom. Third, Colin Forrester. Fourth, Doug Erickson. And top 5, Adam.
Yeah, Adam Alshire there in that 5th spot.
Alshire.
6 is going to be Chris Buds. 7th, Michael Pimper. 8th, Taver Mowry. 9th, Joe Neidig. 10th, Bob Johnson. 11th is going to be Phil Stanhart. Travis Eccles will be 12th. Del Duke, 13th. Jason Ricketts, 14th. Lance Hill, 15th. John Neidig, 16th. Brian Kozad, 17th. It looks like Kozad is out of the race. And Pete Van Sprundle in the 18th spot. So we have 12 cars on the lead lap still. So with this renewed caution, we can really go look at the 46 Doug Erickson. He's running a different paint scheme than normal. So it looks like he's running an autism paint scheme, trying to bring awareness to autism. So that's a great cause there. As we're going to be going back green this time by. Well, maybe.
Maybe.
Pace car's still out on the track.
Yeah.
It's pulling a Richard Petty on us.
There we go. Pace car is now in. Green flag is out. Race is back underway, and AJ Green takes the lead.
He had a fabulous restart there. Yeah, but
Yes, he did.
He's got the car that has been the fastest on track all evening. Right behind him, chasing him down. That is the 9 of Colin Forster. Forster had the fastest lap last time by nearly a full 1/10 of a second. And it looks like Austin Bloom bounced off the wall back there in that 3rd place in the 3 machine.
Looks like it's pretty much single file all the way back. At least is the view I can see right now.
And looking at our blimp cam there, as it's zoomed in a little more than what we would like. We'll have to get those guys fixed that there. Well, we will go on. Let's use the roof cam on the 3 of Austin Bloom. As you can see how much he closes in there on the entry of these corners on the top 2.
Yeah, so he's slowly catching up to those 2 ahead of him.
Yeah, and he was fastest on the track by 6/1000th of a second the last lap. That is about a nose. A little bit more than a nose.
Slowly catching up to the 9 right now.
Yeah, the 9 had an issue, and he slid back into the grasps of Austin Bloom.
So Austin Bloom still trying to get around the 9. Just crossed the start-finish line right there.
Yeah, we are over halfway already. I didn't even realize we were past halfway. We have 49 laps to go. These laps are ticking away pretty quickly. Taver Mowry, we haven't really talked about Taver here this evening, but he's had the fastest lap the last couple of laps. We'll see what he's got this time. See if he can. And he was slower as the leader was fastest on track. As he's trying to claw his way up into the top 5 there. He's another one of those drivers who is sitting very good in the point standings here with just, 2.5 races basically now left in the season here. We got the rest of this race, and then we have next week's race at Kentucky, and then Atlanta, the final race of the season, before we have a couple-week break. And we start all over again for another 18-week season.
So Taver is now in 5th. Just got around.
Doug Erickson there in the 46.
Doug's there. Now he's trying to get up to number 11.
Well, see, and that's not going to be an easy feat for him, as Alshire is strong week in, week out, and he's really going to make it difficult for Taver to get around him. As Alshire is sitting 5th, he is ahead of Taver, and now Taver gets around him on that high side. But the one thing that I'm noticing here, Bryce, is that these cars are really getting slippery off of the turns.
Yeah, they're sliding around a lot, getting into the wall a lot. Oh, there's a spin into the wall.
Caution's going to be out here.
Caution is out. I think that was the car that that Tabor just went around, right? Earlier?
Yeah, it was.
It was.
As we're looking here, is Alshire didn't really have anything to do there. He was kind of stuck. As it looks like everybody's going to duck down pit road. Well, Bob Johnson doesn't. Bob Johnson stays out. He gets a lap back, and he's going to jump up into the lead there. Now he's going to duck down pit road. I forget there's 2 pit roads here. So
Yeah.
AJ Green will remain the leader here. We're going to look for somebody to pull in. And I know who we're going to pull in. So we'll be right back with the interview. All right, we got the 22 of Tabor Mowry. And Tabor, you're slowly crawling your way up into that top 5, trying to get up there. And I know what you're wanting to do. It's the same thing as the other 13 driver, well, the other 12 drivers who aren't locked in are trying to do, that are in the championship battle here.
Yeah, I'm just, I'm really racing the track here. I'm not really worried about where. I mean, I am worried about where I'm finished, but you get 2 cars side by side each other, and the cars get very loose. So I'm trying to pick my battles, trying to pass people where I like to pass people, and kind of give and take. A lot of guys are doing that tonight, and that's a good thing. It's gonna be. We got 35 to go. It's a short track. It's been a fun race. It's gonna be interesting. This outside line, I think I'm gonna be in 4th here. This outside line is the preferred line, so thank God I'm up there.
Yeah, it's showing you in the 5th place, so, well, maybe.
Yeah, showing 5th.
Yeah, it's my relatives on 4th.
It's
nope. 4th here.
Just updated. You moved up into the 4th position, so you will be starting on that outside line. You got a fast car in front of you, and you got a fast car behind you. That's really got to make you happy with being on that outside line here.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I just don't want to get lapped. Once you get lapped, it's kind of downhill from there. So,
all right. Well, good luck. Have fun, and hopefully you can bring it home here tonight.
Thank you.
So,
all right, green flag is back out.
Yeah, AJ Green with another great restart there. And it looks like Tabor Mowry is doing what he said, just racing the track. He didn't care that Alshire and Mowry goes around.
Well, there's a spin.
Mowry.
15 involved. 72 hits the 15. Lightly, a little bit.
Yeah, and that was Tabor Mowry who was involved in that caution. He just started spinning around and went down low in the 15 of Michael Pimper, the 4 of Phil Stanhart. They got involved. The 72 got doubly tapped. And we need to thank our roof cams provided by SimNut Racing Sims. They're putting together the package here for our roof cam tonight. So, we just talked to Taver Mowry, and now he's going to fall back to the 11th spot. But you've got AJ Green, Colin Forster, Austin Bloom, Adam Alshire, and Christopher Buds. Christopher Buds, we have not really talked about him other than when he was in danger of going a lap down there, or he did go a lap down. And now he's battled back. He's up into the top 5 here tonight. So Buds doing a great job of bouncing back here with 30 to go. And in my opinion, Bryce, you got 20 laps to ride around. Try to stay close to the leader for 20 laps. And then you got 10 laps to go up there and really fight it out to try to come home with this win.
Yeah, that would make a lot of sense to me, just because if you got a short track and laps go by pretty quickly, you want to make sure you're in the right position.
Yeah, and you still want to give yourself plenty of time to be able to get up there with get up there and really battle. You don't want to leave yourself too few of laps to try to get, an extra position, 2 or 3, or whatever it might be. As in my opinion, if I am Adam Alshire or Christopher Buds, I'm sitting in a great spot with 30 to go.
Right, and the cars that just were in the pits a little bit ago, hopefully they're not now as loose as they were as well, so that should help too.
Yeah, and the other car that's really in a great spot is that 24 of Joe Nidek sitting 6th. As he has the potential to really get up there and lock himself into the championship race. And coming into tonight, we had, I believe it was 4 drivers that were tied for the final spot in the playoffs. You had Wakefield, Bloom, Green, and Buds. Obviously, Wakefield not being here tonight, that's going to hurt him in the championship chase.
Pace car pulls off. Green flag back out. And it'll be AJ Green again with another advantage over the lead into turn 1. And the number 9 right behind him.
Yeah, maybe AJ Green was playing possum earlier on us, as we saw Forrester and Lance Hill really drive away with this race in the early stages. So maybe AJ Green's been playing possum, just saving his car until we got to the halfway point. We've got to the halfway, and now he's leaving it all out there.
All right, the number 9 is still behind him, and then right behind him is the 11, who's trying to get to the bottom, but not able to do it right now.
Yeah, and so what I'm seeing, right, is these cars don't like going in on that low side. They like to go high and drift down the track. And that's really, it's not really going to help Alshire or Forrester to get around Green for the race lead.
Right. So since most of the passing, it seems to be on the outside, it's going to be kind of hard to get on the inside if cars can't get down there.
Yeah, and if you look at the line that AJ Green is running, he's running that high side for a majority of this corner. So right around halfway, and then he starts dropping down low. And that's a smart strategy there. Take that top line away so that they can't pass you, and make them pass you on that low side. as Alshire gets to the inside of Forster. Wasn't able to make anything happen there. He's to the inside again. Alshire up to second.
And Austin Bloom in the 3 coming up.
Yeah.
Quick 2 behind the 9.
As Forster, he takes back over that second spot, and Bloom's going to come up and take the third spot away. As we're watching the battle up here between the top 3, as they're really duking it out hard here. And now you see Forster able to you get in on that bottom side from the entry and really make it stick down there. His car didn't like it. He lost some time. And now he's picking it back up as he ran that high side in that last set of turns. He's able to really pick up time there.
Right, and Austin Bloom is trying to get to the outside. Sometimes goes down low, but seems to be trying the outside more. And the 9 now. Oh, we got another caution. Looks like there might have been a spin, or so I see smoke somewhere here.
Yeah, as it was between the 4 of Phil Stanhart and the 6 of Lance Hill. Doug Erickson gets tagged up in it as well. As it looks like Stanhart didn't know that Lance Hill was to his outside and really drifted up on the exit.
The number 6 now has some damage in the front.
Yeah. So, looking at your running order here, it's going to be AJ Green, Colin Forster, Austin Bloom, Adam Alshire, Joe Neidick, your top 5. Christopher Buds, Bob Johnson, Tabor Mowry, Michael Pimper, Phil Stanhart, your top 10. Eccles, Duke, Ricketts, John Neidick, Doug Erickson round out the top 15. Hill, Van Sprundle, and Kozad round out the field, with Kozad out of the race. I mean, and that's the positive to having yourself locked in to the Final Four here, Bryce, is you can afford to take chances. And if it doesn't work out and you're not able to finish the race, well, no harm, no foul this week and next week. But, you know, whenever it comes down to that final race in the chase at Atlanta Motor Speedway, you can't have a slip-up like this.
Right, because everyone has to be in the position they want to be in by the end of that race. And hopefully they're in first.
Yeah, and so with AJ Green, I'll have to double check the standings here. AJ Green is one of those 4 drivers that is tied for the final spot here coming into tonight. He was sitting 13th with 39 points. Christopher Buds was 14th with 39 points. Austin Bloom, 12th with 39. And Corey Wakefield, 11th with 39. Right now, it looks like Pete Van Sprundle is going to have a bad race, as well as Corey Wakefield, seeing as Corey Wakefield did not show up here. So that is going to, you would think that's going to give everybody else a free pass. Well, maybe Lance Hill. Lance Hill is down there as well. He's in pit road. He's going to lose a spot to Pete Van Sprundle this time.
Looks like pace car is going to go in this time.
Yeah, and we're going to have 10 to go.
So 10 laps to go. Green flag back out. And looks like AJ Green once again gets the lead. Number 9 second. And Bloom on the inside of the 11. Down in turns 3 and 4. Doesn't quite get it. The 11 is going to get it back.
Yeah. Alshire is going to take over that 3rd spot. But you look up front. Forster throwing everything he's got at the 07 to try to get around him to win. Alshire, actually, the top 4 drivers are in the playoffs. Actually, top 5, top 6. Well,
Caution flag again. Whoa, don't hit the leaders. Oh, there's a 46 is in the way. I see. That's why they were braking really quickly. It's just that on my view, it was kind of hard to tell what was going on there for a second.
you know, going back to look at this caution, it looks like the 15 got loose and slowed down, and that was maybe the cause of the caution there. It's the only thing that I could find that would have brought the caution out. Maybe the 46 being spun around. That might have brought out that caution.
That's what it looked like. Because, like, that was the car that was around when the yellow was out.
Yeah, and Ericsson not having any luck here so far this evening. As Doug Ericsson sitting 15th, 5 laps down. So with 4 laps to go, we've only got one overtime finish. One green-white checker finish outside of regulation. So this might not count as an overtime finish here. I'm not sure. Wow, I'll have to check. But I think we'll have this attempt and one more attempt at a finish. As it looks like maybe Jason Ricketts has pulled in for the race. He will not finish this race here this evening.
Looks like AJ Green will be in the lead on the restart.
All right, so and I'm not sure because this is saying that we're going to lap 116. So I don't think this is going to be an official green-white checker attempt.
Okay, so it's just like the regular green.
A regular green-white checker. I don't believe this is an overtime finish. I may be wrong. I might be wrong here. And it might be.
Well, actually, on my screen, I see green, white checker 1 out of 1.
All right, so this is our one and only attempt at a green-white checker.
Yeah. Okay. Green flag is out. Race is underway. AJ back out in front, or maybe the number 9 now catching up.
Colin Forster.
Number 9 now is now going to be in the lead, it seems. And the number 3 also trying to get around AJ, if possible.
the white flag is in the air. So going into 3 and 4 for the final time is Colin Forrester. Leading this race. He's strong all night here, and he's going to win the race here tonight at Bristol.
I hear a spin, and I see a spin. The number 9 spun.
After the checkered flag.
After the checkered, yeah.
So.
And there's wrecking down pit road. So Colin has won the race.
Yeah, Colin won the race. He's going to lock himself. Colin is going to lock himself into the championship here.
Right. And that was a great restart, too.
Yeah, it was a fantastic restart by him as he's able to to hold on, well, really battle on that outside and really try to get around, as it looks like Doug Erickson and Pete Van Sprundle both had some bad luck here. So we'll have to see how the points check out. Only one of them, and I believe it might be Doug Erickson, as he was sitting lower in the points. And we'll get the top 3 in here for an interview, and we'll be right back. All right, we got Austin Bloom, our 3rd place finisher. And Austin, you almost snuck out of here with a big victory to really cement yourself in the championship 4. But with the 3rd place finish, you're going to stay alive to fight another week to get into the final race.
Yeah, that was really my goal at the start of the day, was just to try to finish inside the top 5 and just advance. I really didn't think I had the speed to win in practice, so I'm kind of just thrilled with 3rd place.
Yeah, and you were up there battling right there inside the top 5 or right around the top 5 all night long. It was a very solid run here tonight from you, and really a good race.
Yeah, just felt really in control from the beginning. It's nice and clean from everyone racing around me. Have to say thank you to everyone I was racing with.
All right, well, Austin, we'll let you thank your sponsors, get out of here, and enjoy the rest of the night.
No sponsors to thank, but thank you for putting on the broadcast.
All right, we got AJ Green, and AJ, I thought you were gonna end up winning this and locking yourself in and really battling back there. Looking at the point standings, you were on the brink of being eliminated here early in this championship battle, but a second place, uh, almost as good as a win for you. You live to fight on until next week to try to cement yourself into the final four.
Yeah, I mean, I looked back. I led almost half the race, and on the one restart, I had a wheel spin, and it kind of messed up my whole restart.
Yeah, and that's something about Bristol. It's a concrete track, so the wheel spin is it's really easy to happen, and very unfortunate that it happened to you. But I mean, heck, with second place, you've got to be thrilled with that.
Oh yeah, I'll take that. Cause anything to get me into the next round after what happened last week, I'll take it. I would prefer to win, but I'll take second and give me some points.
Yeah, absolutely. And the one thing that I noticed when you were out there leading, what you did is you really took that high line away uh, from
Colin?
Colin Forster, and having a hard time thinking of the names, but you really took that high line away from Colin there and made it to where he was having to try to pass you on that inside.
Yeah, being in practice with him, he used the high line quite a bit. So I just tried using the high line too and arcing it in, because I know him with the old tires and the inside, it just wouldn't work. And he got the restart and he had the outside, so I was done.
All right, well, Colin, we'll let you thank your sponsors, get out of here, and enjoy the rest of your evening, buddy.
Yeah, thank you to okay. Thank you to Simnut, Butt Kicker, Sedans Racing, and shout out to my team as well. They had a good time too. Got some points. And shout out to my family.
All right, we've got our race winner, Colin Forster. Colin, first off, congratulations on the win. I know we talked to you earlier in the race, and you said you were going to try to get out there and get after that win here tonight, and definitely did it there, and got a little bit of a luck on your side after getting caught behind some lap traffic early.
Yeah, the lap traffic early in the race, I was having a hard time getting around them because it was just hard to pass on the bottom with old tires, and on that last restart, like I said earlier, I was just taking it easy, but on that last restart, I just full throttle and hope it didn't spin.
Well, and lucky for you, you didn't. We just talked to AJ Green, who said that he did spin the tires on that last restart. So you were able to go through with your game plan, not spinning the tires, and it really paid off on that last restart. And you were able to come home with this huge win here in the second round of the playoffs.
Yeah, I knew he was going to try and floor it, but on the outside, it seems like it grips up better, and it just gripped, I guess.
All right, well, Colin, we'll let you thank your sponsors, get out of here, and enjoy this big win.
All right, thank you to Sant Racing Fabrication, Simnut Racing Sims, and Butt Kicker.
So the actual live stream on my end is only delayed by like half a second or so.
So, all right, well there we go, Bryce. That was a heck of a race there, and we saw a late restart really come into factor with the race win.
Right, and the restart was really good. As you can probably tell by now, Colin Forrester won. AJ Green finished second, and third Austin Bloom, fourth Adam Elshire, and fifth was Joe Niedick. Is that how you pronounce it, Joe?
Joe Nidick.
Nidick. There we go.
Yeah.
I'll get these names eventually.
Yeah, no, it was a fantastic race, and you look at the intervals between the first and the fifth place car. It was a 1.04 second gap between the top 5 cars, and that's something you get with these short track races. The cars are really compact together, and we saw early we had that big green flag run, and we saw the drivers start to have to battle through some lap traffic, and then cautions there late in the race really played out to benefit Austin Bloom and Colin Forster both, as they were able to really jump up there and secure top 3 finishes tonight.
Right, and it almost looked like Taver was potentially going to be up there in the front, and then he got in a wreck earlier.
Yeah, and that's another product of the short track racing. It is the wrecks. You get a small tight track like Bristol, Martinsville, and then a lot of the short tracks that we have available in the iRacing simulations. They're tight and they're narrow, and when one car spins, it's got potential to take out a lot of cars, and that is just the product of racing. Taver, yes, he did spin on his own there on that restart, or right after that restart there, and it collected 4, 5, 6 cars on that caution. So that's just another product of the short track racing.
Yes, but overall it was a great finish and a great race.
So, all right. Well, I think that's going to do it for us here, Bryce. And we'll be back next week for the third round in the playoffs at Kentucky Speedway. So that's another track that has the potential to really put on some great racing. But as we are finished with this race, we will go ahead and sign off and let you guys enjoy your Friday night. Have a great weekend. Schedule for this week is tomorrow night we have the 5 Wide Racing League Cup Series. Sunday night we have 5 Wide Cup Series. Monday we've got the Fixed Setup Sim League. And then we're back here next Friday night. Actually, let me check here. I believe it's the 23rd, which should be this week, September 23rd. Yes, it'll be this Wednesday. So, it'll go tomorrow night 5 wide, Sunday night 5 wide, Cup Series both nights. Monday will be the Fixed Setup super late models there. And then on Wednesday, we're going to have the Dirty Old Bastards Racing League 305 Series, sponsored by Merced Speedway out of Merced, California. And they're going to be doing some 305 racing. So they're going to be at Lima Land on Wednesday for 40 laps. So tune in for that. That's a great racing league over there with the DOBs, the DOB Racing League. Friday, we're back here for round number 3 of the playoffs. And that's our weekly schedule this week. Stuff's starting to amp back up again. So we're going to start filling back up. So until the next time, have a great night. Take care of yourselves. Protect yourselves. Do what you guys have to do to protect yourselves. And opening things up, going to the racetrack and going to sporting events that we're able to. Make sure you're taking extra precautions to really protect yourselves. Until next time, have a great weekend. We'll catch you next time. Tune in for some more great racing action the rest of the weekend. Have a great Friday night. Have a